Welcome to Gentle Anchor, a podcast hosted by mom and son, Michele and Noah. No topic too tender. We talk with honesty, curiosity, and zero taboo.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Gentle Anchor Podcast. We are heading into season 2. Yeah, that's so exciting. It's season 2 because it's a new year. That's what really it is. So this is the season premiere. Yeah. Maybe we'll get better at doing those kinds of things and making special events because obviously we sucked at this one and we didn't even announce it. So there's that. Anyway, welcome back, Drift Mates. I'm Michele.
And I'm Noah.
And we are so glad that you could join us today. We are going to be talking about, since it's a new season, we're also going to be talking about the new year, the new semester for Noah, coming into the new semester basically, and what that looks like for Noah, and then kind of sprinkling other things in there. But basically just like after the holidays, what it feels like to get back into it. And it's kind of funny because I didn't even tell you this, Noah. I was getting my hair done yesterday. Shout out to Cher. She's going to yell at me because we didn't record yesterday. We recorded today and my hair looked really cute yesterday. It doesn't look great today. But anyway, whatever. Sidetracked. I was talking to her husband and he was saying the exact same thing about how hard it is to get back into the groove of things after the holidays and kind of coming into the new year. So that's what we're going to be talking about today and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, do you want to start with those socials, Noah?
Sure. Socials include Spotify, the other
YouTube.
one. No, I don't care about that one.
You don't care about YouTube?
I do, but that's not where I'm at.
Apple
Oh, the Apple's something.
podcast. Apple Podcast.
Apple Podcasts, that one. I can never remember that because I don't think the people use that one.
No, people do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.
So, hey, since Noah doesn't believe that you use it, leave us a comment if you use the Apple Podcast.
I don't think anybody uses that.
Come on, show Noah that you do, guys.
I genuinely because I didn't even think I didn't even know it was a thing before you said anything about it. So I've never heard of it, but
YouTube.
I genuinely forgot what our socials are.
Okay.
I can't even think of
Okay. That's
TikTok
because
is one.
you don't help me enough with them.
I'm having a brain fog right now.
Okay. We have YouTube, which is where we upload the video and you can watch. Spotify does that, and Apple Podcast. We also have TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, all where you can interact with us and stuff. And guys, I know we say it we sound like broken records, but please leave us some comments. Is there some episodes coming into this new season? Any episodes, any topics that you would like us to talk about? Please leave those in the comments. We're always looking for new ideas. We talk about what we think you guys want to hear, but maybe there's some things that you really do want to hear. So those are the socials. The YouTube and the Spotify are free to subscribe, so please feel free to do that. Yeah, those are the socials. Thanks, Noah.
You're so welcome.
All right, we're gonna move into this topic, and it's been a heck of a morning so far, so we're just gonna breeze right through this. Started with kind of, let's talk, Noah, about so you're going back to school this week, right?
Are you skipping our drift check?
Oh, frick, yeah.
I mean, that one's kind of fine. We can breeze through that one.
No, I like to put the music in.
Oh, of course.
Drift check. I'm fine. How are you?
I don't know. I'm okay.
Are you?
Could be
okay,
better, could be worse.
Yeah, but let's as a part of that drift check, how are you feeling about going back to school on Friday?
I'm excited to see my friends and have a routine again and all those things, but I'm not excited to go back to school. I did not take the time to prepare for school this break. I was just purely mental shut off.
Yeah.
So
sometimes you need to do that. So
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see next week when we, meet again to see how that has affected you.
Yeah. And I think it'll be good. I think that it'll be definitely helpful in just having that ability to be okay, I've rested for 3 weeks. Now I can actually kind of get back into it without that mental breakdown and stuff and just the mental fog. But I don't know. It's just it's also stressful thinking that I didn't prepare myself well enough to be in you guys' school again.
Yeah, I get that. So anyway, so that does lead us into what we're talking about here for this topic. And yes, I'm fine. Nothing exciting happened to me this week. Just kind of that the holidays are over. As a college student, you're heading into your new next semester and you're going into semester 2 of a master's program. And for me, I'm heading into the a new semester as a professor, right? And so it's kind of this shift for both of us from all this family time that we've spent, and we've had such a blast. We've got to see each other, which we hadn't seen each other in forever. And we played games and we've spent all this time together. And now that's going to change for both of us. That's going
Yeah,
to change for you where you're leaving and you're going back to school and you're heading into a new semester. And for me, where I have to get into this work mode of, teaching a class, right? So how does that feel for you? And you kind of touched on it just now with that drift check, but how do you feel like you're mentally going to prepare for that? What do you think you're going to do? Like, how can you prepare for that?
I think there's kind of like a few things that need to be taken into account in regards to like being a college student after the holidays. First of all, recognizing that for most people, that you slacked off your fall semester. And like being okay with that. Maybe you didn't, but I can almost guarantee that most people that I talk to and have talked to, even in undergrad, are like, yeah, I didn't do as well in undergrad or in my fall semester as I would have liked. I had all these goals. I had all these goals coming in for the fall semester, so August through December. So yeah, during the summer, it's like, hey, this year I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be this type of student, and I'm going to achieve these things. And not that you don't achieve those things those fall semester, but you don't achieve them the way that you had anticipated. And so with the new year, it's the same thing that you have with, oh, I want to be like 2026 better me, right? 2025 better me, 2024 better me. Like every year after the new year, you go, I have to fix this about myself. I have to fix this about myself. I want to do this for these reasons. All those things. It's the same thing with
Resolutions.
your resolutions. Yeah. It's the same thing with your education. And so for me, knowing that I didn't do as much as I would have liked my fall semester. I have a large expectation of myself this semester now. Good or bad, we'll find out. But there's that additional stress of things that I have to achieve and these levels and these lines that I have to exceed to feel that I actually like came out stronger and better in 2026.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that we kind of do put that pressure on ourselves in our everyday lives and, in the school aspect as well. So I think one of the hardest things for me that's going to happen, and maybe this will happen with you too, is that we've kind of just slept in for the last 3 weeks, you know,
Yeah.
and you keep saying it, here at home, I need to go to bed at a decent hour. I need to go to bed at a decent hour. And it's hard because
Yeah.
you're still home and it doesn't really feel like school until you start to get into the routine of it. And
Yeah.
so it's going to be quite a shift to have, to get up at an earlier hour, and as a
I
part
have
of
all
that,
8 a.m. So
yeah, exactly. So now you're getting up at, 10, 11 o'clock and you're gonna have to get up at like, 6:37. And
or my
along
personal record 7:52.
what goes along with that, like the having to get up is like your brain just feeling like, what are you doing to me?
Yeah.
Right? Like you get that like
Yeah.
kind of feeling.
So, I mean, one of the things that I've been talking about is I am most productive at 10:30, 11 p.m. at night.
Yeah,
Like I will
me too.
slack off. I will slack off all day. Like I'll sit there and I'll do things, but I'm like nowhere near as productive as I am when I'm like everybody else in my apartment's like, okay, I think I'm getting ready for bed, or my girlfriend's like, okay, I think I'm gonna go to bed, or so that. I'm like, this is a prime opportunity for me to lock in. But I've noticed that that doesn't do anything for me. Like I'm not it doesn't help me in any way. It doesn't benefit me. All it does is mm, teach me procrastination.
Well, I do think that there's something. Sorry, go
And
ahead.
I was just say, and like my sleep schedule is terrible because of it, because I won't go to bed until almost 1 a.m. and then I have to wake up at 7 a.m. So
Right.
and then do it all over again. So it's not
But
helpful. So I told myself that I was gonna
yeah,
be done by 11 o'clock.
yeah. But I do think that there is something to be said for, morning people and night owls, right?
Yeah.
And how, our bodies function better, depending on which one of those we are, right? And so for you and me, You and I am, you are. Yep. You and we are night owls, right? So the fact that we are night owls, our brains switch on in the evening and do their best work then. But it's not conducive for a student life or a working person's life,
You know?
like the 9 to 5 kind of thing. You know what I mean? And so it's hard for us to adjust because we are those night owls, you know?
Yeah.
I'd say it's harder to adjust. So, and then, sometimes going along with that, you can feel guilty about like not getting into the groove quickly enough.
Me every single day.
Right.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's actually, like, really frustrating because I think the amount of conversations I've had with my girlfriend are just like, I'm frustrated because I didn't get this done, I didn't get that done. I make a plan for myself and I'm like, but by the time I start at 11 o'clock, right, I'm like, "Okay, I need to go to bed." So I realistically give myself an hour to do XYZ when I need an hour to solely focus on X, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just not, as you say, conducive for my learning, for me as an individual. It's not beneficial. It's not helping me in any shape, way, shape, or form. And so I think that by setting those limits on if I'm going to bed at 11 o'clock now, or at least getting ready for bed, I am forcing myself to be more productive throughout the day so that I can reward myself with a timely sleep schedule.
Yeah. I wonder, you'll have to let me know because that's something that's new that you're thinking about doing. You'll have to let me know if that actually works because as a night owl, I think that's really difficult. I've tried it myself many a
Yeah.
times and it doesn't work. But for you, you kind of have to force yourself to do it. So we'll have to check back in on that and see how that's
Yeah,
going.
I'm just noticing that I'm becoming like more tired, like especially throughout the semester. That burnout I think comes a little bit quicker for me. And especially in a master's program, it already comes quick enough.
Yeah.
And there are gonna be nights where I'm gonna have to be up late, like I know that. But as a whole, I think that I just need to figure out a new strategy for being productive throughout the day.
Yeah.
And that's probably my biggest thing is like my productivity levels are, and that's one of my biggest weaknesses is just like that focus level.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let
Yeah.
us know in the comments if you have any tips for me because I need help figuring out how to focus more throughout the day.
Yeah. Or, let us know like if you're in the same boat as us, like, or if you're a total morning person and we're crazy.
My roommate, he always laughs at me because he's that person that'll get up in the morning even if he doesn't want to, and he'll just like start his day and he'll be like, "Noah, are you still in bed?" I'm like, "Mm." I'm like, "Yeah." So
That's
he always laughs at me.
That's funny. In our house, you, me, and Tabby are all night owls, and then your dad is, like, up at the butt crack of dawn, right? And he goes to sleep
Not
literally
anymore.
I mean, he gets up at sometimes, like, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, like, and then, like, he goes to
Fun
sleep
fact
at
though, that's still late for some people.
yeah, but, I mean, compared to us, and then
Yeah.
he goes to sleep at 9, like, he'll try to and I'm like, "But it's just like, I'm just getting started, like, 9 o'clock, I'm just getting
I
started."
was laughing the other day because we were all sitting in the living room and it genuinely I think it was close to 10:30, and we
AM
had
or
all
PM?
PM,
Okay.
and we had all gotten home from our days of whatever we were doing. I think I was hanging out with some friends, and Tabby was with her boyfriend or something, and then I think you were somewhere, I don't even know, and I was like, "Oh, it's 10:30, I should probably go ready for bed," and then that's, like, when we started hanging out for the day.
Yeah.
Like, that's when we
Yep.
all started talking, and then, like, we started playing some I don't even know, maybe play some games, but
Yeah, we did.
I was just
Yeah,
laughing, but I was like, most people would be, "Okay, it's bedtime," and not us, we're like, alright."
yeah. Do you know what one of the funny things that I do, and this is a silly, like, random story, but it's not, but because it kinda goes with the same thing. When I was younger, I used to go to, my very best friend's house, Amory, she may she rest in peace, she passed away. But anyway, and her mom was a crazy night owl, and it was the first taste of a night owl that I had ever gotten, because when I was younger, I wasn't as bad as I am now, but I remember being at Amory's house and her mom vacuuming at 1:30 in the morning, and she was, like, literally her most productive at night, and
Yeah.
I was like, "What is this crazy woman doing?" The other day, I was cleaning the house at 1:30 in the morning.
No, I remember that.
Yeah.
I thought I don't know what I thought I was hearing noises, like, oh my
I was like, "What am I doing?" I was like, "Thanks, Sandy." She passed away as well. Thanks, Sandy. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, there are just people that way.
No,
Anyway, moving on.
we'll get out of the sleep topic.
Yeah. Well, it kind of goes with that whole new beginnings thing, like the
Yeah.
new semester, new year kind of thing. Anyway, along with all the new, we decided to start a new segment in our podcast, and it's called What's Your Take? And this is kind of going to be where each week Noah and I bring something silly to the table, and we're going to take a few seconds and talk about it and say, well, what's your take on this? So Noah forgot to prepare something. I know he did, but I am going
You didn't tell me
to.
I had to
I
prepare
know.
something.
I know.
Oh, don't throw me under the bus like that.
And I kind of forgot it too. But one of the things that when we were talking about, oh, let's do this new episode, it was, here's the question, Noah. Is there a right or wrong way to load the dishwasher?
Yes.
You have to
1,000%.
okay.
1,000%.
Why? I don't think
Because,
there is.
okay, there is. And the problem with this is I didn't think about this until I moved into an apartment with 3 other men.
Okay.
Okay. And all 4 of us load the dishwasher differently. Like, it's the same concept, but like, one of the things we talk about is there certain things that you should just wash by hand versus like putting into the dishwasher. There are things that you like places. So one of my roommates, and I've grown to do it his way because he does the dishes more than anybody else. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to complain. Like, I really appreciate you. Like, I'm not going to complain about it. But he and I always get into small like back and forth about, oh, why did you put it this way when you could have done like this? Like, I don't know. Like, we throw plates in the dishwasher, right? Do you know how easy it is to wash a plate by hand?
Yeah.
Like, realistically, right?
Yeah.
But I get in trouble by them for putting a lid in the dishwasher when it's the same concept. Like, I'll put like a
Yeah.
pan lid in there, and they're
Yeah.
like, "No, this doesn't go in here." And I was like, "It's fine, it does." But I don't know. One of the things that we talked about is like specifically the bottom. You can do whatever you want with. Plates go on the bottom, right? Silverware. Ideally, you put all the silverware. Like you put the forks and put the spoons with the spoons, and that's what like maybe I'm OCD. Ideally, you do that, right? They don't
I
care
don't
about that.
do that.
You don't either, but it's just more convenient when you're unloading the dishwasher. Anyways, it's more so the top of it though. Like we always put the bowls on the second rack whenever we load the dishwasher home. Not in Mankato, okay? They have to go in the center, apparently. And that one took me by surprise. I'm sitting going, that was a head scratcher. I was like, I was like, I don't know about this. I've grown to do it because it's easiest now. But I was like, I don't I don't know about that. I always just go cups, bowls. I'll do like 2 rows of bowls rather than just the one. And then like more cups on the side and then like small Tupperware. Not a man cave.
I have no rhyme or reason to how I load the dishes. I just hope they all get in there because I don't
See,
want to wash the
my
friggin'
favorite
dish
thing
by
to do when I do the dishes is just play Tetris.
hand.
Their thing is that like they won't cover things up to make more fit. Like I will. Like
Yeah.
there'll be 4 things that I look in the dishwasher at school and I'm like, guys, look, this can fit. And they're like, no, it can't. I'm like, what? It's right
We
there.
can make it.
So I don't know. I think that, but I'm learning that there is a correct way to load the dishwasher, and it's the way that you can load the most things in it.
Yeah.
That's my
Well,
side tangent.
there's your take, right? Noah's take on dishes, washing dishes. Next week, we will both try to prepare a quick little question and say, what's your take? And maybe I'll find some cute music to go with that.
I have a question for you.
You have one?
Yeah,
Yeah, make it quick.
I will. What's your take on the best superpower that there could be?
That's a good one. I say it all the time because I wish it really was a superpower, teleportation. Um, I
Is
would,
that better than super speed though?
yeah, because if I have super speed, I can't teleport somebody with me. I can't take somebody, like, I feel like it would be hard to take somebody with me. If I can teleport, I think I can take somebody with me. Or I can just get wherever I want to go. And like, I mean, I think that it's going to be quicker to teleport someplace than it would be to get there with super speed.
If you're as fast as the Flash,
But if you're only as fast as Superman, then Flash is quicker. If you're only as fast as Superman, Flash is going to get there quicker. So it depends on how quick your super speed is. Anyway, so like Superman is fast as Flash. Anyway, my take is teleportation.
good answer. Moving on.
Thank you. Okay, so do you kind of touched on this a little bit. We go into the new year and you have kind of that new goals kind of thing?
I like to think about it as new beginnings.
Okay. You talk about that.
Well, I just didn't want to say goals.
Okay. Yeah, we talked about goals last time. Yeah, but I think that you were kind of getting into it, like, you feel like you didn't really perform like, sometimes you can feel like you didn't perform well the 1st semester, the fall semester, and you come into the 2nd semester, and it's the end of the year, and you're like, "Okay, I wanna end strong," right? So I have these new ideas of what I want this semester to look like, and I put these new it is really goals kind of into play for what I want this semester to look like and how I'm gonna do that. And so, do you feel like there's more pressure coming out of the holidays?
Yeah, personally, I don't like, what the heck is the holiday?
New Year's?
The New Year, yeah, I don't like New Year's, uh, because of s the personal pressure that I've put on myself to achieving things that I want to achieve, but as society has kind of alluded to, that's the normal. New Year's is about, okay, you didn't accomplish what you wanted to accomplish the year prior, do it this year.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, it's a cool concept, but I personally don't like it because it just feels so pressurized. I mean, if you think about everybody in the gym, right? When is the busiest time that people go to the gym?
New year, new me.
New Year, new me, probably up until about May,
Maybe. I
maybe.
don't even know if it goes that
I
long.
don't
I
know.
think I
March
think
might
studies
be,
studies show that it doesn't last that long.
yeah. So everybody says, I'm going to do New Year, new me, get into the gym, which is great. Like all four of them, all power to them. I respect that a lot.
Yeah.
Um, but it doesn't last.
Maintenance.
Right? Like it doesn't, nobody maintains that new year, new me attitude because life gets in the way and respected. Like I understand that. Um, and I'm not saying that I don't do the same thing. I say I want to do this, 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 and this. And I never finish like any of my resolutions.
Yeah,
And so
but
it got to the point where I stopped making them.
yeah, so I guess that's a really good point that you hit on there is, we talk about the new year and new resolutions, but I think that a lot of times we do resolutions for the wrong reasons, or we can say, oh, well, everybody else is doing this. I feel the pressure to make a resolution. When the reality of it is that if you set real goals for yourself, like
What you want? Smart goals?
realistic goals for ourselves. Smart goals, as much as we hate them or the sound of them, are really, really intuitive. They are work for a reason, right? So if you talk about making Noah, what's a smart goal?
Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic.
Right. So if you make a goal that is a smart goal, then you aren't putting as much pressure on yourself to attain it without it being realistic.
Yeah.
So, and I think that that's a better way of looking at how to set a goal and how to come into the new year, kind of come into the new year, especially on the academic level of saying, hey, you know, I'm going to come into this new year with a new attitude and I'm going to focus better on such and such. By this time, I will have attained that and I will record that by doing this, kind of how
Right.
a smart goal work goes, whatever.
Right.
And I think that's a more wise way to do it. I don't know, because we can all feel bogged down by this new year, new me thing.
And I think there's a better way in which word bombing, excuse me. I think that a better way to kind of even do those resolutions as we're talking about is what you're, again, alluding to. In this idea that, okay, you want to achieve this big term goal, right? Throughout the year, you want to go to the gym X amount of times. But in 2025, you only went to the gym, maybe half of that. Okay, so how are you expecting to achieve trying to double your record here throughout the year without any actual preparation? Well, that's what the purpose of the SMART goals are, is because instead of saying I'm going to achieve this large goal and having to attain that right off the bat by just saying every single day,
Yeah.
it's okay. Maybe I start off by going 2 times a week,
Yes.
especially if maybe you're only going, or maybe you go 2 times a week last year and you're like, okay, I want 3 times.
Or you haven't even gone last year.
Or you haven't even gone, right? For me, I always say, I want to go to the gym. I'm going to do this. And the gym, I'm not saying this just because, but it's just a really easy example. But for me, I always say that I need to go to the gym, that I want to work out, that I want to start progressing. And it's like I get 3 days in, and then it's like life hits me.
Yeah.
Like I once I'm, and that's the thing is that once I'm there, I thoroughly love it. It's great. I enjoy it. But it's like the getting there aspect. It's like, and the time aspect. Okay, with how busy I am, can I do these things? And the same thing
Is
going
it
back to
sustainable?
academics. Is this attainable, right? So, for me, my goal is I went maybe one time a week last year, if that. This time I'm thinking 1 to 2 times starting, just to get myself into a rhythm of, okay, when I have the time, I'm gonna go and do this, right? Same thing with school. Maybe 2 days or 3 days a week, I'm in bed by 11:30.
Right.
Whereas, like, instead of me saying, okay, I'm gonna every single day going to be in bed by 11 o'clock, it's not realistic,
Yeah.
especially for somebody with me who, even when I do go to bed by midnight, I'm laying awake until 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not realistic of me to ask myself of these high pressure things, knowing I didn't do them well last year.
Yeah.
So I think that starting small for the first few months and gradually building, by the time I hit 2027, I'll be more likely to doing the things that I want to do because I've given myself a base for it. I've
Yeah.
started to build that foundation. And a lot of our goals, a lot of the things that we look to in education is we just need a foundation.
Yeah.
I can't ask myself to become the best athletic trainer before doing the grunt work for it, before doing all the things that I have to do to understand what I'm even talking about.
Right.
I don't read all the chapters, and I'm going to be honest, like I try, but I don't always get through all of them. So for
Yes.
me, starting small is saying, okay, I'm going to get through X amount of pages today so that I can get through the next amount of pages tomorrow and hopefully have a chapter done by the end of the week rather
Yeah.
than I need this chapter read today,
Yeah, and I
you
think
know?
coming off of the break, like, it feels very, like, blah, like, it's not
Yeah.
attainable, right? So,
No.
like, you've spent 3 weeks, however many weeks it is, 4 weeks, a month, whatever, in this mode of
Free.
I'm enjoying my time, I'm slow moving, I
Yeah.
don't have any commitments, and then you come back, and I think we all kind of feel that way, like I said, Cher's husband was, sharing that information. He was like, "I've just spent this whole month doing basically nothing, and then
Yeah.
I've gotta
Just
get
kind of
back
doing
in."
whatever you want to do
Yeah, and then, like, coming back into that work mode or that school mode
and having those
of
obligations.
yeah, having the obligations and having to put your best foot forward when you're not really in the mood to do that, And I think that, like you said, it's hard to it's ideal to have a goal, like,
Yeah.
to set forward, but the reality of it is even sometimes setting a goal when you're just getting back into it is
Adds
difficult.
more pressure.
Yeah, that's more pressure. Exactly. And so it's like, okay,
And then you become harder on yourself too.
yeah, exactly. So I think like you said, like maybe, coming into the new year and just giving yourself grace.
I think that's a really great way of looking at it is being willing to accept that you're going to fail on these resolutions, these goals that you have for
And I
yourself.
think that fail is a harsh word. Like you're not going to, I mean,
I don't know. I don't mean fail as in you're not gonna get your goal done, but I mean that you're probably
you're going
not
to
gonna do.
fall backward
Yeah, there
sometimes.
there will be 2 steps
Setbacks.
forward, 3 steps back. There will be setbacks. Yeah. And so, like you said, giving yourself grace and understanding that the reality of it is that even though you have these big ideas, you're probably not going to hit them as quickly as you want.
No, that doesn't always, I mean, it's possible. Like people do
But
it,
yeah,
right?
some
Yeah,
people are really great, and I'm not, and I get
exactly.
it. This
You
is
can't
all
take
more
them.
so like a me thing rather than anybody else. I'm not trying to talk
Well,
to,
no, but I mean, it is possible, but I think that yeah, we definitely fall into that category of I'm going to start this and I'm going to be gung ho and we slack off, right? But I think that the
but that's not
biggest it
this. Sorry,
God,
go ahead.
nope,
No, you're good. I was just going to say that that's not like to say that that's with everything we fall in those categories on things that like we're not good at and the things that we want to be better at. So for me, like I said, it's going to the gym, it's waking up on time. I want to wake
and
up an
getting
hour and a
back
half
into your
early
academics,
and getting back to my academics. Like those are those things that I'm not great at.
right?
But where, like, when it comes down to the things that I want to be good at, like, I do figure it out, and, like, I do put a lot of effort into,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I do know that
Um,
about myself.
yeah. Um, but I do think that's, like I said, it's important to give ourselves grace in getting back into the groove of things, right? We have this like expectation of ourselves where we say, okay, I'm going to start strong. I'm going to be the best me. For me, I'm going to be like, I am going to go into this semester, being the best professor I could possibly be. And I'm going to be gung ho and I'm going to be ready to go as soon as I get in there on Tuesday. But
Yeah,
the reality of that is that, like, yeah, I can have that attitude, but I also know me and I know that I'm gonna like struggle, like, and
yeah,
I'm gonna fall off. So the point is, like you were saying with failure, give yourself that grace of saying it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the perfect student right away, right coming off of the holidays. You can have a little bit of leeway with yourself. Like you said, like you're gonna be going into this coming off of this holiday, and you're gonna be like, I want to be better than I was. I didn't study real well over the break and I need to get back into this, but it's okay if you're not perfect. It's okay if you are struggling a little bit to get back into the groove of it because number 1, I guarantee you that everybody else is feeling the same way. Every one of you are going to be feeling the same way,
yeah.
and that's okay.
And that's the nice thing is that I have had those conversations with a few people, and they were like, "Yeah, I'm like, I have all these things that I wanna do this year, I didn't do this well last year, but I can't guarantee that it's gonna be it might take me a month to figure out how to be that student again." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Right." Like, that's real. Like, that's real talk.
Yep.
Like, especially as a college student. College is already as hard as it needs to be with those added pressures of who you are trying to become. And even like the other thing is having time to be yourself as well within the mix. And
Yeah.
giving yourself grace and understanding that you are not a robot. Like you are not meant to just do school. Like that's not just you. Is it
No.
a big part of you? Yeah, of course it is. But there are so many other important things that you have to also think about. Are you in a relationship? Do you have friends? Do you have a social life? Do you have a
Family
job? Do you
obligations,
have family obligations? Do you know, have any
all this.
mental things that you need to worry about? Are there other factors that weigh on top of your education? You'd be crazy to say no.
Yeah.
Like there are other things that you have to take
Life.
care of. Yeah, you have to do life too. And so, like, giving yourself grace and, like, understanding that you're not supposed to be perfect. You're not supposed to just be on the grind 24/7. Like, it's okay to just sometimes not do the homework to go hang out with I mean, get your homework done, I'm not saying that, but, like, stepping away from it for a few
For a
hours
second. Yep.
to go relax and enjoy and be with the people that you, like, are in your corner.
Yeah. And I think it's important to recognize that we all move at our own paces. So,
Yes.
coming back from the holidays, if you are seeing that other people are getting through it quicker than you, or getting back into the grind quicker than you are,
See?
that's okay. That's okay. We all move at our
Is it
own.
though?
Yes, it's absolutely okay. Everybody moves at their own pace. And so just because your friends or your colleagues or somebody might be getting back into it and they're like, yeah, 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 I'm go, 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 doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It does not mean you're doing anything wrong. It just means that you're a human being and everybody moves at their own pace. And I think it's important to recognize that. It might not
Yeah,
feel right, but it's important to recognize that it's okay. It's not this like I I I mean, it really isn't, like, it's not this, like, flip the switch. I'm back
yeah,
from the holidays, I gotta be back to normal. No, it doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. It
yeah,
really is just and I've got 52 years of experience learning that, after the new year, it just is always feels this way. It always
yeah,
feels like I'm preparing for class right now, like, I have to do all this prep for my class, and I'm just not feeling it. I'm
yeah.
just not feeling it. I'm like, "I have another day. I have another day. I have another day." Like, I'm just not in the mood to put the work in right now. It has to be done, but I'm not in the mood to do it.
I see that. I agree with that.
Yeah, right? Because we've been in this mode for so long, for so many weeks that it's like, "Oh, I've gotta get back into the reality of life."
Yeah, Yeah, it is for sure a struggle. It's definitely a struggle for me with how far away I am from my normal, I guess. Like, I'm 17 hours from
Home.
typical daily life, right? Like the things, the people, just all of it, work, just all of it. And don't get me wrong, I love it very much. I love coming home, see my friends, see my family, but it is definitely a shift. And I think that we talk about it best with dads, like especially because dad works so far away.
Yeah.
Like there is mental preparation in going back and just being able to get into that lifestyle again, especially with like my roommates, for instance. I kind of have to prepare for living with three other guys again as compared to living with my family.
But you had still had that, to be fair, I mean, this is kind of like whatever, but you had to prepare, you had to mentally adjust when you came home.
Yeah, that's what I mean too. Is when I came home, it was an adjustment for me, and I got in the groove of things again. But now that I'm going back, I
Same
have to
thing.
mentally prepare for that again. And when I get there, I can guarantee that it's going to be an adjustment again because I'm like, okay, three guys, different from mom, sister, and dad.
Yeah.
And so just with all that, there is just a lot of added stress to it that is
Yep.
real.
Yeah.
It's very normal for even, and I'm even gonna go a little bit further and say even for elementary kids. Like, I'm not gonna say that it's only college students, it's only high school students. It's hard for elementary kids too. Like,
Those littles have a hard time adjusting their little brains
from
to like,
having especially, like, for me, it was always like, okay, I saw my friends 5 days a week, right? I saw my teacher 5 days a week. You know, I was doing the homework. I was doing the recess, like, I was doing all those things. It might have not been as stressful because it's, but it's their version of stress. That's what they know, right?
yeah.
And so it's an adjustment to go from being at home playing all day, playing video games, hanging out with your siblings or a few friends to being back in school. So like giving even young kids grace at in this next few weeks is gonna be beneficial.
And I think that's important for teachers to recognize as well. If you're a teacher out there, recognize that those littles are having, they're adjusting too, right?
Yeah,
And we need to be understanding of the fact that they have just come out of this break, especially Christmas, because you come off that Christmas high of, I got all
yeah,
these presents, I got to play with new things, I don't want to take a break from that, I want to keep doing that. It's new, right? I got all these new things. And then you're coming into this like new year and then you expect them to go back to school.
yeah.
So I think like teachers, moms, dads, parents, whoever, guardians, whatever, be a little more understanding of those littles and that they need some grace too. Good point, Noah.
I was just thinking about that. I was like, I remember it even being difficult in elementary school. It was always fun to go back to see all your friends again and whatnot, but it was definitely an adjustment.
Yeah,
Going from being at home all day to being in school all day. How I ever went, even in high school, was like 6 a.m. through 6 p.m. because of practice and stuff like that after school. I don't know how I did that.
I know. I don't
I
know
have like,
either.
I mean, now I have 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., but like, I'm not in class the entire time.
No,
My gosh.
I know. I know.
Schools
It's crazy.
education's
Schools.
crazy.
Yeah, it's a beast. Anyway, we sidetracked there, but
Sorry,
so
that was a
that's
side tangent.
that's okay. So that is kind of our take on the new year and the new beginnings and, not feeling up to coming into the new semester. As much as I'm looking forward to teaching this new class and this one is in person, last semester I was not in person, this one is. I'm still like, I don't want to do it yet. I just need one more week. I just need one more week to prepare to get there and it's not going to come.
Sometimes you're
Right?
meant to prepare faster than you think you do too.
Yeah. Yeah, not me.
I
I don't.
I have noticed for me, like, the anxiety kicks in. So, like, I
Yeah.
know that I have to be to class by 8 a.m., so I'm not up by 6 a.m.
The
I'm like,
adrenaline kind of thing
the adrenaline, the anxiety, it just kinda kicks in.
kicks in.
It may only kick in for 3 days, but
It
those
still
3
does.
days, I lock in.
That's funny. So anyway, if you guys have any input or questions or anything that you feel like we didn't cover here or you have some comments about how it works for you, how does your new year look? Are we crazy? Are we, kind of in the same boat as you? Let us know, drop us a comment, keep us informed. And like I said, earlier, if you feel like there's a topic that you want us to cover, we'll be happy to do that. We're looking for new topics into the new year. And just a kind of quick heads up, we some of the episodes coming up might look a little different. I feel like we are doing a really great job of normalizing conversations, but also I feel like sometimes the just regular conversations that don't go as deep are important too. And so I think that, it's going to be a good idea for us to get into some kind of those kinds of things as well. So, yeah.
I was like,
And no, just like, I just feel like, sometimes we get very little deep into things and it doesn't always have to be that way. So,
yeah,
anyways, if you
sure.
have any suggestions for future episodes, we'd love to hear those. Noah, do you want to take us out with your closing? Or do you have anything else you wanted to add?
Nah, I'm chill. I'll keep y'all updated on the how the semester starts.
I know. We will.
I
We'll check
do
back in.
I do have less credits this semester, so I'm hoping it'll be a little bit less
Good.
stressful, but and by
Okay.
less credits, I mean one less credit, but
Yeah.
one's better than
Well,
none.
one's better than none.
So, well, folks, thank y'all. Appreciate roll Mavs.
Romance.
Yes, my mom is my gentle anchor, but yours might be someone that's not how it's supposed to say. It's fine. Yours might be somebody else. It could be a friend, sibling, mentor, anyone who makes you feel safe and understood. What matters is having that person that you can open up to and be honest with. So the next time you feel the urge to share your voice, start with the person who truly hears you.
Yes. We appreciate you listening. Every voice needs a safe harbor. Until next time, stay anchored in connection. Thanks, guys.